Hi everyone, it's the Tides Changing here, and welcome to a new Let's Build series. In this series, I'm going to be creating a shopping district, and what I mean by that is I want to create something like you would see when you go into a small historic town, and you have a street that contains a lot of mom and pop shops that are just sort of clustered together in historic buildings. I've always found streets like that to be very beautiful and charming, and I thought it'd be a lot of fun to try to recreate that in The Sims. Also, when I did the speed build for Magnolia Station and I asked what you all want to see in the next Let's Build, I got a lot of requests for different types of shops, so I figured that doing a Let's Build like this would be a good way to be able to incorporate a lot of the different ideas that you all had. So I'm going to be doing this on the lot that you see here, which is the largest one in Magnolia Promenade, and I'm thinking that I'll be able to fit 4 or 5 different buildings onto this lot, and each building may have, some of the buildings may have more than one shop in them, and I was also thinking that maybe 1 or 2 of them, probably just one, could also have an upstairs apartment. It could be kind of fun to make that as well. But for those of you who haven't watched one of my Let's Builds before, what I like to do is show the process of building in real time, like commentate as I build. Sometimes when I build, I get stuck. So the neat thing about Let's Builds is that I can ask you all what you think when I get stuck, and then, read through the comments, see what you all suggest, and then incorporate those suggestions into the next part. I just really love that part about Let's Builds because everyone has a different way of looking at things. So some people will look at something and have an idea about it that I wouldn't myself, and then it just makes the builds really awesome, and it just makes it a learning experience for everyone. Like I learned from you guys as well, and I love sharing the really cool ideas that you all come up with. That's all that I really want to talk about, so now I'm going to move on to the actual building. So my goal for this part is to get sort of the basic structure of the buildings done, like to get an idea of what exactly the shops are going to look like and how many I can fit in. And then in future parts I'll focus more so on the details. But I'm going to start over here in this corner, and what I was thinking for this corner was the largest of the buildings, and to have it be kind of like a bakery slash restaurant, like it sells both baked goods and then also entree type meals. So I'm just going to start on getting that structured out. So I want to have the door be like over here and be on a diagonal. So I'm thinking, I'm not sure what distance I want to have, so I think I'll go, because I want to have some space out front for tables and chairs and that kind of a thing, so I think if I had it start back, like this far back, I think that would be enough to fit some stuff out here. And then as far as how far back it goes, I do want it to go in even numbers, so maybe like 8 tiles back. Yeah, so I'm thinking that could be a good size. That is a pretty big building, and I might, since the other buildings are going to all be narrower than this one, I might be able to fit 4 more down here, especially if I connect them all together, which is what I wanted to do. And then I did also want this to be a 2-floor building, but I do want to have, actually, I want here, like I was looking at pictures of historic downtowns, because that's, of course, like I said, what I want to model this after, and I'm just kind of like going off of pictures that I found, like using those pictures for inspiration. But one I found was like a little pub that had something like this where the entrance was a diagonal and then it just had the walls extend over it like this, and then there was a column in the corner here, so that's what I wanted to do with this. But anyway, I'm going to have this go all the way over, although actually they had it had trim like underneath just oh cool, it'll go there. So I wanted to have trim like just in these spots, so hopefully that'll stay once oh cool, okay, so that's gonna stay like that. So it'll stay there as I extend these, and let me make sure that this is even. It goes in just to there. Perfect. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Although I do want to see if it's not too late to change the color of this trim. Like I think I want to go with more of a blue. Oh no, it's adding it to the whole thing now. Okay, actually let me just, okay, good. I think, yeah, I like this. I'll go with this. Just because I want to use some bolder colors. Actually, maybe, is this like a darker? Ooh, I like this. Yeah, we'll go with the darker blue. And then I'll try to find windows with, I think there may be windows with a similar shutter color to that. So that is what I want to go with, to sort of keep with that. I'm thinking right here we can have a shop door right here along this wall, and then some shop windows on either side. I do think that there were two-eyed? Yes, perfect. Okay, so we'll just stick those there, see if, okay, so we can't get a similar color, so I'm just going to stick with black for that, and then I think that there was, okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. We'll stick with that, and then I want to have a column right here. Perhaps something, I think it's something a little smaller, a little more, okay, we can go with that. And I'll just go with black since there isn't a matching blue color. So that's what we've got going so far with this. We can have some awnings over here and like maybe another entrance or something like that. And then we can have an awning. Actually, I have to turn on the move objects on sheet. So let me just get that. So that is bb.move objects. Okay. Although, on second thought, we could also go with, yes, I like this one a lot more. Actually, this one, yeah. And I do want to just lower that a little bit. Perfect. Okay, I like how that looks. Although, maybe a different color, I'm liking that. And then a little further down here, I do believe another shop window would look nice, and perhaps we could get another awning in here as well. And I think, let me just get right up to there. And I'll go for the same, I believe there's the same stripe pattern but without the text on it. So I'll go for that there. This is already, I really like how this is coming along. And then upstairs, so I'm not sure if I'm going to go with an apartment for the upstairs or what, but I'll just kind of space, Actually, I don't know, weird, like, okay, I'll do that. We'll do that. I just like, I don't like having one tile, like one wall empty on one end and then the window on the other end going to the edge. I don't know, for some reason, I don't know, I kind of like symmetry with that type of thing, and I'm just gonna go with black shutters. Yeah, so we can have kind of like a dark blue and black sort of theme that's not as bold as I originally wanted, but I mean, yeah, I think that's what I'll go with. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So let's go with black shutters there. And then I think it's the same width, but I'll just, okay. Oh, okay, it's not exactly the same width, but this actually works out even better. So we got that, and around the back, I'm just going to do the same thing with the windows. And I'll worry a little bit more about the back of the building later on. Like for now, I'm just going to focus mainly on the front and sides of the buildings. But I will put another shop type window around this side, and then we can center another awning over it. And I'm also thinking some plants under the windows would look really nice as well. So I'll do that just on the first floor. Or second, actually. Oh, wrong floor. Then I'll go around the side. Like I said, I'll worry about well, I'm kind of getting a little bit more into the details than I intended to, but I don't know, I'm kind of getting into this. But I'll worry more so about the back end in a future part. Like this part, I'm mainly just gonna focus more so on the curb appeal, like how it looks from the front. But yeah, this is what we've got going so far. I'm liking it, so let's get the roof on here as well. I'm just gonna do a gable across here, and then I definitely want to lower the pitch of that a bit. I really like this. This kind of, it to me has sort of an Italian bakery kind of a vibe to it that's really cozy. And then I'm just going to have a gable roof going the opposite way. Like I said, I'm kind of getting this from the picture that I found and then I'm basing this off of. And I can't tell from the picture, but I think that extends all the way back. But we'll just raise this up a little bit. There we go. There we go. I think it looks really nice and cozy. And perhaps we can get, oh, we get this one in here. Yeah, I think that comes with the black shutters as well. And then maybe we could do another one of these with black shutters on this side. Okay, so this is what we've got from the front here so far. For this building, I'm gonna go with something a little bit simpler, something that's 3 stories though instead of 2. And I think I'm gonna make it, we can do like 8 tiles wide. I think that'd be good. And I'll just have it go back the same amount that this one does, or maybe, you know, maybe for a little bit of separation, since this is slightly narrower, I can have it go back like 1 tile more. Yeah, so I think we'll do that. And then I'll get all the floors going. Why am I doing that? I should just be using the square room tool. Okay, so we got a taller building going right here, and then for on the second floor, I wanted to have sort of a like a balcony over it. If I could get this up here. Actually, I may need to shrink this a little bit, then move it up. So I don't feel like sticking into the building because then you just end up having to put the walls back in. But I think, maybe given the width, I think having it go out 3 tiles would actually look a little bit better. And then I'll just kind of, I'll temporarily put these columns out front of it. So I think that'll look nice. And then for this building, I'll just have a flat roof. And I do want to get this, actually I can't put those trims. I'll get this type of, oh no! Oh, that kind of sucks that you can't actually place a trim like that on the top floor. Although I could give it a medium wall height on the top floor, which might be kind of odd, but this way I can stick this up here, so having that trim does take up the, oh that's too much. Having that trim does take up pretty much like the extra height that making the third floor taller gives. So I do think it looks fine, so I'll just leave it like that. Although perhaps a different color would be nice. So we'll go with green since we went with blue trim down here. I'll get to the wall painting later, but I will give each building a different type of wallpaper just to give some distinction between them. I'm thinking for the downstairs, I'll do just like shop doors and windows, like the similar ones here. And yeah, what did I do? I made it 8, so that centers perfectly. We could do blue and go a little bit brighter with this shop. Okay, place. Okay, there we go. That was weird. Hung up a bit. Yeah, so we can just go bright blue. I do want to have some bright colors in these just for some distinction, I think. It's a slightly different window. Okay, so it looks like we have to just leave a little bit of space away from the side. Okay, well that's fine. And then up on the top floor here, I do want to have a different type of door going out onto the deck here, so maybe I'll use this type up here and go for more of a white color. So we can have like bright blue on the bottom floor. I could always just change it to white later on as well. I might not keep that, but we can have a bolder color on the bottom floor, and then I'm thinking I'll use these windows and just stick like that on top. Do double window here in the middle. Actually, I'm not really liking that door anymore. You know what? Maybe I'll just go for the same shop door, but then get in a white color. Yeah, I actually like that a little bit more. So we can do that. And I'm thinking this will be a brick building. Although, you know what? I'll just change this back to white for the time being. And I'll like I said, I'll worry about these details later, and I'll just move on from this one. I'm going to leave this building a little bit simpler. And then so what I do want to see if I can do is fit like 2 really teeny narrow buildings in, and then one more that's like 3 stores once again, but maybe like 6 tiles wide instead of 8 or something like that. But I think I'll go, so I think I can maybe fit in like 2 5-tile wide buildings here, and then I'll have them go not as far back. So these can just be like really narrow little buildings. Then we'll get another one in here. So another 5 tiles. And they can just have like a single door. So these will just be littler shops. And let me just use the room tool to kind of get that. Yes, I think yes, that is 5. And then perhaps, okay, how much more space do I have? Okay, 6 more, that's perfect. So we're going right up to the edge on this side. But maybe I'll have this one go out a little further back, and then we'll do another 3-floor building. So we can definitely fit a lot of stuff in here. I'll have to kind of figure out, like, maybe you can get to the upstairs shop from inside of the lower level shop, but yeah, this is kind of what we've got so far. For the roof here, I was thinking that just do like gable roofs going like this, and then maybe have 2 different roof types, just to kind of break apart each one more. So we'll drag that one across and then just lower it. Get just a smaller pitch. So maybe they could both have tin roofs, but then slightly different types of tin roofs. And it should let me have different roof types for each, since they're going to be technically different roofs, even though they're going to be right next to each other. And then we just gotta lower this down. And what did I use? I used that one there, so I'll use this one here. So yeah, we got that bit of separation going, and let me just make sure I actually had this go across the right amount. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's right. It just for some reason looks like this roof's a little bit shorter. We could also go with the scalloped roofs, because the tin roofs, actually I don't think I picked the darkest one. Yeah, that one looks a little bit darker, but it's really not much better. Maybe we could even go with like the shingle roof for one, and a tin roof for the other. I actually like how that looks. And I think I'm gonna do another one of these freeze frames. That's what it was called, I believe, right here. But I'm thinking a different color for this one, so we can go once again with that green I wanted to try over on the other one. But now to figure out the front look of the simpler shops here. So I think I'll do the like those there. Maybe even like right here where the door is, just have it indent in one. I think that would be a good way to... Oh, whoops, I'm using the design tool. Okay, so we'll just take the wall, go in one here, and then have the door kind of nestled in there a little bit. And I do believe that, yes, there was just a one tile wide shop door that came with this. I think it comes with different colors though. Well, I'll just go with, actually, I think the one tile wide window is the one that matched this. Yeah, this one right here. Although I don't really like the look of that as much, but it is something different. Like, it's nice to use different window types just to break things up a little bit. We could do this. And then, yes, there is a matching color for that, so we'll go with that for the time being for down here. And then maybe I'll do the same thing. Like, we can just have these shops be sort of identical and do the same thing and just bring that in a bit. And then use this same door, and I guess I'll use the same windows. Oh, we can go with green. And just put all these in and make these ones green rather than blue. Alright. Okay, there we go. So let's see how that looks when we go up another level. And then I can also have awnings across this as well, so that might look really cute. And I think I'm going to try this awning, this one right here. So I do want to lower that a little bit. And we can just intersect them so we can have different awning types over each shop. So I just got to get this level correctly. That's not quite there. It definitely looks better with the awning, I think. Okay, whatever. That's close enough. That's close. We'll just stick with that. And then we'll like put it a slight distance away so you can kind of tell they're separate awnings. And then just stick this one in over here. There we go. Ugh, got some glitching there. Let me just adjust this. I think that's fine. We don't really have a whole lot of glitching. So now just to figure out, okay, this one unfortunately comes with less color options. So I can just do black for this shop, maybe just the, like, white and black for this one. Yeah, we could just actually, did this? No, this didn't come with red, unfortunately. But we could make the window colors here a little bit more boring and go with a bolder color for the awning. Just because I don't really want to have black and white awnings for both. Okay, yeah, so we can go with that. And then as far as the upper floor goes, so for this door, I'll once again use this window and have it go up to the edge, and then for this shop, I'm thinking we can do like a different kind of window and have it go like this. Just so there's like a different look for each, and perhaps some potted plants, or not, perhaps some window plants. Like we can just stick this right here. Yeah, I think that looks cute. Okay, not sure if I'm going to have plants beneath the windows on this one or not, since these windows are a little bit larger. But I'm going to move on to this last shop right here, and just do kind of the same thing, like use these windows. And let's pick a different color. Oh, we could go like bolder khaki, was it like khaki green? Or we could go red. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe I want to go a little bit simpler with this. I don't know. I did kind of like this bolder green. I do want to have this wrap around the side some too. Okay, so we'll go with that. And I kind of want to put like another slight deck on this one, but maybe just one tile out instead of 3 tiles out like the other one is. So I'll just get this up on here. And drag that over one. So we did manage to fit in 5 buildings, which is pretty good. So that's at least 5 shops. I mean, definitely more. We can fit in a lot of different types. But I'm gonna use maybe like, I do like these windows for these types of buildings. So maybe like, could do like the windows next to each other and then the door. Yeah, we could do that, because I don't exactly like having these windows go right up next to each other like that. Or I could even just try a different window, like maybe one without shutters that's too wide. Oh, maybe. You know, oh, if we put this down on the ground, this might actually look pretty good. Looks sort of industrial. Now I'm thinking I may want to actually go with white for these. I don't know. That green might be a little bit too much. You guys can let me know what you think of that. And then for the top here, I could go with these. You could just go with huge windows for the top. Ah! I kind of screwed up that. Okay, so we gotta fix those. Or I could get rid of those windows, try these down here. I don't know about that. I'm not really feeling any of these windows actually. So I might just do like, I mean, maybe it'll look fine to have these windows border each other once I get all the wall colorings on, like there's different wall colorings and stuff. That might help. I don't know. I'm just being really particular with it. I mean, that might actually look fine. We could also just go with a different type of window for this. Like we could go with that instead, which might kind of help. Just because I want there to be an obvious distinction between each building. And you know what, maybe for this one down here, I could go with brown for this. And then I do think that an awning would look good under the deck right here. So just kind of stick it in there between the tops of the windows. And like that. I'll just get these in here and then pick out the color afterwards. Okay, I think I got that lined up pretty well. I like the color choices that, you know what, actually I might swap these awnings to this one because I like the color choices with this one way more. So you know, I'll just do that really quick. Sorry to do that after having you guys watch me deal with lining these up. But I'll just bring these up a little bit higher. This one might actually be easier to line anyway. Yeah, I find this one a little bit easier to get lined up, or not. Okay, I think I got it pretty much lined up. There's still a little bit of glitching though, but oh well. I think there's going to be glitching no matter what from overlapping them. But I really like how this one. Yeah, I just feel like this awning looks so much better. I was kind of not really that keen on the other one. So this one also, like I said, just way more color options. So I want to do something different than the black and white. We could go with, I don't know, maybe I'll just be boring and go with black, or we go with like the cream and white, maybe. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And then for this one, I can just stick with the red, like before. And I can't really do the ones with print. Oh, then, you know, we can just go boring and just go with all white on the windows. But anyway, I can't really do the awning with print on it on this one because they overlap, so that just wouldn't really work. But yeah, there we go. Okay, that definitely improved things a bit. the last thing that I wanted to do with this part was get kind of like the different wallpaper choices for each building down so you could really see everything. Like I think once I get some wallpaper on, it'll really make things come together a lot more. But for this one down here, I was thinking like a plaster type wall color on it. Actually, or oh, this one would look really nice. Just to, like to me, like I said, like this gives me, like to me this sort of is like kind of an Italian kind of a look. But yeah, I think this will look nice. Although, oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, I like that. And it'll look much nicer once you look in and actually see things. Although, oh, okay, I actually should have done this first. I do like the slightly lighter stucco here. So we'll just get that all around, get that back here as well. And right here. And then I'm thinking that for this building right here next to it, I'll just go with brick. So as far as what kind of brick, there's brick. So maybe like this kind right here. Yeah, I think this will look nice. Okay, so we can just do this. Actually up here we can just go all the way around. Okay, I think that looks pretty nice, although maybe actually, yeah, I think that color kind of blends in better with things. I could do this next part, but I'm thinking it may work pretty well to try to stick columns in between here to separate the buildings. But like I said, I'll be focusing more so on the details in the future parts. There we go, we've got that. And then for these two right here, you won't really be able to see it, but I'll just stick brick on the lower levels. And then the upper levels, I was thinking there could be siding on them. So you'll just hardly see the brick. But I think that's fine. I'll just kind of do a similar brick anyway. Like you hardly see it, so it's not really a huge deal anyway. And I'll just go all the way back with that. For the upper floors, I was thinking of going with the siding, but different color sidings. So maybe like the cream. Ooh, I like how that looks with that. And then we could even go with a different, like a completely different sized siding. Just because I notice you'll see this in like the downtown areas where you'll have two buildings just connected and they have completely different types of siding on them. I'm sure a lot of you have noticed that kind of thing as well. Maybe for this one, like a red siding. I could do kind of like that one too. The red looks kind of cool. Yeah, I think I'll go with the red. And then also I'm still stuck. Maybe now that we've got some wallpaper on this one, it'll actually look a little bit better. Or maybe I could just, I keep going back and forth on this just because I'm sort of, I don't know, sort of stuck on this. But, we could just go with the same windows. And then put, like, some flowers under here. And just do that. On second thought, it might make more sense to go with the same type of siding in a different color. And then this one does have a red too, although it's very bright. Yeah, I think that actually looks a little bit better than having different siding sizes. Maybe for this one here I can go with a white. Yeah, I'll just stick with that for the time being. Yeah, and like I said, let me know what you think of the color choices and all of that. Because I could definitely change that. So perhaps for this one, I think this is the kind of brick that I hid in the back. Yeah, this is the kind of one that I use there. I'm going to go with a different kind of brick for these. Because I do like this brick on this whole building. And I will just replace that. And we'll just stick this all the way around here. Actually, I'm just gonna tweak these colors a little bit. I decided to just change the awning from red and then change the siding to blue. I just feel like that looks a little bit better than the red. So that's just what I'm gonna stick with. Okay, cool, that nicely covers only the spot I wanted to. Okay, so there we go, we've got the different colors in the back. And the finishing of the back will definitely be more of a focus in the next part, and also getting windows on the side and such. I should probably get some flooring on these decks and some railings and such, so this might not be the flooring I stick with, but I'd kind of, just to make things look a little bit better, I do want to just get that on there. And ooh, I like how that looks. So we'll just go with that for there. This will just make it look a little bit better when I take the picture to go in the thumbnail for this. And as far as this one goes, I want to go with a slightly different. Maybe we can go with this. It's a little fancier. Ooh, that's another nice option. I kind of like that one for this. Yeah, that could work. I'm definitely up for a change, but just to kind of give an idea of things, I wanted to get that in there. I think that this is enough done for the first part. Let me know like what shops you think should go in which buildings. This, like I said, I want to be a bakery slash restaurant type thing, but I'm not sure what to do with everything else. We could potentially fit in up to 12 shops in these buildings, so I could definitely incorporate a lot of the different shops that you guys want to see. And I did want to have at least one of these buildings have an apartment in it because I think that would be kind of fun to furnish. But I'm really excited to continue the series, so let me know your thoughts on what I did in this part. But I'm going to go ahead and end it here, so I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and bye!